What's up, everybody, and welcome to my WolfPak bag review series. I am not affiliated with WolfPak in any way, shape, or form, but I do love their bags. I have quite a few, and I've had them for quite some time now. Some of them up to 2 years, the majority at least up to 6 to 8 months. So I'm not going to be one of those people that bought it and it's like, here's a month review or 2 months. Like, I've used these bags, I've utilized them for different things, and so I am going to give you guys an honest review and in-depth look into all of them. And that way you can see which bag fits your lifestyle best. With all that being said, why don't we get into today's review? All right, so in today's WolfPak bag review, we are going to be taking a look at their 40-liter duffel bag. Now, this is not their standard 40-liter duffel bag. This is their meal management 40-liter duffel bag. Now, this thing is absolutely amazing. I will say I bought this specifically for when I was going to be traveling cross country to Pittsburgh for my show because of the meal management capability as well as the storage capability for clothes and whatnot that I needed for the day of the show or for any kind of important stuff at the show. So I do have their standard one that I utilize as my everyday gym bag. And I will admit that this is probably the bag that I have used the least. I only used it on that trip, but it was definitely a lifesaver because I was able to carry more food that I needed because I was actually out there for, I think it was like a total of 10 days when it was all said and done. So it definitely came in handy storing all that and all my supplements and all the essential things that I needed for that show day because something that's very key and important that if you are a competitor and you're traveling for your show, mainly on a flight, because if you're traveling by car, you have access to your bags and everything. But if you're on a flight, there's a lot of things you have to bring. So most likely, more often than not, you're going to have to check a bag. And in that checked bag, you're going to want to put stuff that's not so important, like just your everyday clothes, your post-show clothes, stuff like that, that if it happens to get to your destination later than you, it is okay. You always want to have in your carry-on what you need for the show day and leading up to it. So this bag was very crucial and key to that trip because my secondary bag, you get a carry-on and a personal bag. My personal bag was their insulated 20-liter duffel bag, which is airline approved to be your secondary carry-on. And so I had all my food in there as well as my food for the trip. And then I had extra food in here, plus all my clothes that I needed, stuff that I needed for the day of the show. So I had my posing trunks, or I had multiple posing trunks in here just in case I needed them. Well, because I was also going to be doing posing practice leading up to the show, and I don't want to be wearing the ones I'm going to be wearing on stage, getting sweaty, and you don't want to step on stage with some sweaty, stinking posing trunks. So I had a few posing trunks in here. I had my show day outfit, my oversized sweats, oversized shirt. I had my sandals in here. I had my bands. I had everything that I would need specifically to be ready for that show in case I didn't have any other bag. I had what I needed. You can go and buy a toothbrush at Target. You go and buy pants and shirts at Target, but you can't go buy a pair of posing trunks at Target. So there's a lot of things that you can't, necessarily buy. These larger clothing pieces of clothing that you bought specifically, so that way the tan's not getting smudged and smeared. Different things like that, and it's also stuff that just helps you have peace of mind. And then for me personally, I had some of my workout clothes in here leading up to the show because I had to do cardio still and do one or two more sessions out there in Pittsburgh, so I had to make sure I had my workout clothes in here as well as my show day clothes and a few essential supplements that I knew that I had to have on me in case that bag got lost. I had a protein powder container in there, but it's like you can go and get protein powder anywhere, but there were certain supplements and vitamins I was taking that, it was best for me to have on hand. So this is their 40-liter largest size duffel bag. Like I said before, I have the 20 and I have the 40, but I don't have the 30. it's just something that I haven't picked up, I haven't needed, so I don't have it. But I do have two 40 liters, this one and the standard one, which, like I said, I utilize for the gym. So on these, very much like the 20 liters, they're pretty much just a larger version of the 20-liter mini duffel bag. So you do get these little EDC outside pockets, very similar to the ones that it comes with the netting pocket and the more secure stiff one right here, as well as these Velcro pouch ones with the softer lining on the inside for your phones. I personally don't like them just because I prefer zipper pockets, especially since I was traveling with this. But if you're not traveling with it, if you're just using it as a gym bag and stuff like that, it's still a great pocket to have. So you get two of those. You do get the patch system, so that way you can do custom patches. I have some Mandalorians and a German Shepherd patch right here for my Sun Blue. And then you do, much like with the 20-liter, get this other front pocket right here, which is quite sizable in the 40-liter. It's kind of hard to see here, but it's quite large and sizable there. So you get that. Now with the 20-liter, you can't really put water bottles in these side pockets or shakers because it's such a small bag. But in the 40-liter, that is not an issue. You can easily put a shaker or a water bottle here, or you can make it a larger pocket right here. And you can always make it a somewhat sealed pocket with the snap on right there. You do get this larger side pocket, which is just open, and you can just put as much as you can stuff in here. I think I put my socks and my underwear in this pocket, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, I think I put my bands and some of like my essential supplements in that pocket. And then you do get the meal management system on this side. So where they would have the shoe compartment on the duffel bag, they put the meal management system. So you still get these straps right here, so that way you can strap stuff on the outside, carry stuff on the outside if you need to. But you do also get that meal management system right here. As you see, you get that pocket right here that's netted, so that way you can slip the ice pack in and zip it up, so that way it's nice and tight. Currently, just like with the shoe compartment, you can compress it and seal it up if you're not going to be using it. So currently it is sealed up, so I can't push it out right now. But once we open up the bag, I will unzip it so that way you can see how far it goes into the compartment of the main compartment of the bag, and see how much more space you do have left. You do still have quite a bit of space left. So why don't we go ahead and get to that right now. But before we do that, I do want to show you the final outside pocket. Or actually, there's two final outside pockets. You get this hidden one underneath right here. I already have it open. Underneath right here. And then you of course get that velcroed back one right here. This one does not have that zipper system on the back. I think it's too big of a bag. They felt that it wouldn't fit on a luggage handle system, so that does not have that, but it is still a usable pocket. So much like with the mini duffel bag, it does come with the carry-on strap or the carry strap. That way you can carry it on your shoulder. You could take it off and carry it with the handles, however which way you like. And much like with the 20 liters, it does completely open up, which I find as an amazing feature, especially when you're utilizing it for travel and you're packing. And yeah, here you go. As you can see, it is quite sizable. And something I forgot on the 20 liters as well, you do have an inside laptop pocket right there as well. So right here is the meal management system, and the cool thing about it is, like I said, if you're not using it for the meal management system, you can put it away and it zips up nice and tight, so that way you have all this space in here. This is actually the secret pocket on it underneath, so if you do put stuff in there, it will kind of compress upwards and you will have a little bit of less space, but you can still put like a pair of pants and or shirts in here and it won't be too bad. So let's go ahead and open this up if I can find the zipper so we can see how far this goes into the bag. So if you were to put your meals in here, it would go not that far into the bag. So as you can see, if you had all your meals in this bag, you would still have quite a bit of room to pack some clothes. And all my clothes are pretty much double to triple XL at this point, and I was able to fit quite a bit in here. And so, yeah, you have quite a bit of space in here, even with the meal pocket in the bag itself. Like I said, it is a 40 liter, so it is quite spacious. And yeah, so overall, I absolutely love this bag, especially for carrying it cross country. It definitely came in very, very, very clutch. I was able to bring my meals. I was able to bring everything that I needed, essentially for the day of the show and leading up to the show. Had my bags gone lost? Thankfully, nothing got lost. But at the end of the day, with airline travel and all that stuff, you really don't know. So, being a competitor, there's a lot of costs and stuff that you won't normally think of or associate with competing, but investing in some good bags that are meal management that you can travel with is definitely something that you should definitely look into. Um, I wonder if Wolfpack has any plans to make a suitcase at any point. If you guys do and you happen to get that idea from me, just send me a free set. Why not? But I think that'd be amazing if Wolfpack would be able to come up with like a meal management carry-on set or luggage, you know what I mean, where you can put probably you probably wouldn't be able to do it on a checked bag because well, you could because they do coolers and stuff like that. But the whole point of having it with you is so that way you can have your meals with you. So maybe on the carry-on bag, one side quarter is like, how you'll flip it open like a book, and then you'll have one side and the other side. One side is cut in half, and the bottom side you can fit like 6 meals, and then the top you can put your shoes and stuff, and then on the other side you can put all your clothes. That's just something that, you know, like I said, Wolfpack, you can run with that. Just send me a set for myself and we'll call it even. But anyways, guys, that's been a review of the Wolfpack 40-liter meal management duffel bag. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions about it, and I will try to answer it to the best of my ability. As always, I am not affiliated with Wolfpack in any way, shape, or form. I just absolutely love these bags, and I've utilized them for a lot of different things and for a long time now. So I wanted to give you guys some honest reviews and to show you guys how I use the bags so that way you guys can see which bags would best fit your lifestyle. So with all that being said, guys, I will talk to you guys in the next Wolfpack bag review.